Hi everyone, Aiden here with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination 2 bike rack here on our 2022 Toyota Highlander. Now the Destination 2 bike rack is a very nice entry-level bike rack. It's pretty basic and doesn't have a ton of features like some other racks do, but it's going to get the job done. You're going to have a 35-pound capacity per bike, so not great for your e-bikes, but it will be accommodating for a lot of other types. We are making frame contact here, so we will want to avoid our carbon frame bikes. But overall, it's going to hold the bike really well. You can get two on here. You can see even with our larger wheelbase mountain bike here, it still fits on really well because of that sort of U-shaped design for the tray. It's going to work with a variety of different wheelbases. Now, you don't have the ability to tilt the rack away with the bikes loaded, so if we need to get hatch access, we are kind of limited to taking the bikes off, unfortunately. But that is just the trade-off you make with an entry-level rack like this. So let's go ahead and get the bike unloaded, starting with our wheel straps here. We want to do those first because they are not actually holding the bike upright. It's really just going to be this cradle here in the center. One thing I do really like about this cradle is that each one is operated independently. So there's two posts. If we have to have them set at the exact same height for two very similar sized bikes, we can, and they're not going to interfere with each other. Then we can just easily lift that up and over. Because that center mass is so short, it doesn't get in the way too much. So I'll just set the bike down here. And then I always like to just replace these straps and then go ahead and actually fold this down right now. And one thing I like to do with this is actually use this wheel strap here to sort of secure it down so that when it's folded upright, it doesn't go anywhere. So we'll just pull that through to hold it down, secure this other one here, and if you did need to get hatch access, this is the way you do it. So kind of cumbersome that you have to remove the bikes, but it's good to know that it's at least there as an option if you need it. Now, to get some measurements here, we'll start with our ground clearance. Because of that U-shaped design, at the end here, we are going to have 20 inches of clearance, which is honestly pretty good. I don't think you have to worry about any sort of steep driveways or anything like that. And then distance added to the back, we're going to be looking at 26.5 inches to the back of your Highlander. That's not too bad. Just remember it's back there for any sort of steep or tight driveways or parking spots. We can, however, fold it upright with this threaded knob on the side here. So once we get that removed, we can fold the rack up, align that hole, and re-thread that in. And it's going to save us some space whenever we don't have the bikes loaded. Maybe we want to leave the rack on the vehicle, we can, and it's ready for next time. So that new distance added is going to be right about 14 inches. So a lot less intrusive, a lot more compact. Should be pretty good to maybe pull in a garage. Just make sure you watch it and be careful with it. Because it does sit pretty low here and it's not a super bulky rack, I don't think we'll have any sort of interference with our backup camera. We will probably see it, but we should be able to see past it. Down here at the hitch, you can see we've got a locking anti-rattle bolt to keep everything secure and safe. And it'll work with either an 1.25 inch or a 2-inch hitch using the included adapter sleeve like we have here. It's going to get a really solid hold on the rack. And overall, it's going to be a good fit for your Highlander. Like I said, it is pretty basic, doesn't have all the bells and whistles like some other options might, but if you don't need that extra heavyweight capacity or the tilting away, then there's really no need for it. This will get the job done just fine. Thanks for watching.